Fast forward, any come out our channel so AG politics already. Podcast for trying to make headlines. And a jamre na yedi bi exomo our see official part. Na yako yinsima Dr. Zanetor Rawlings. The Pǔnchěš speech would deliver a year Addo a year 44th anniversary commemoration of the 31st December revolution. Unia, and all any yajambra, edibi exum wono. Some who will be and our mamma, a jambre, no feed go, Tintafidian so edemai. At this point in time, Yumbo in Simonim, Yanhania, or any about. Shanaswam say, a gauge politics of it. You were in Simonim.
Neither June 4th nor 31st December happened in a vacuum. Whether or not we choose to speak about the truth of what happened, whether we choose to tell the young generation about the circumstances surrounding June 4th and 31st, whether we choose to remember or forget, does not change the fact that June 4th and 31st did not happen in a vacuum. When the 31st December revolution happened, the members of the Provisional National Defense Council were not made up of only military officers. There were civilians from across the length and breadth of this country, professors and doctors from academia, retired officers. We had members who represented the fishermen and the farmers of this country. Indeed, the 10-year history of the PNDC did not happen on the backs of military people. It was the inclusivity of every Ghanaian that made 10 years possible. And so if we stand here to commemorate the 44th anniversary of the 31st December revolution, it is also to honor the memories of all those who laid down their lives then and subsequently to build this country. Those who helped to consolidate the foundation upon which we now have our fourth republic. As a matter of fact, had the foundation not been so strongly laid, perhaps with some of the things that happened over the years, we would not be here talking about a fourth republic. But the strength and the commitment of those who contributed to those 10 years preceding the fourth republic gave the resilience that we needed to survive some of the lowest points that we have endured since then. Comrades, we have a duty to put aside parochial interests and to put Ghana first. If we look at what's happening in Ghana and we look at what's happening across the sub-region, if we make a mistake of taking incumbency for granted, of exhibiting arrogance of power, we only will have ourselves to blame. No government can provide employment for every single citizen, which is why the responsibility on government is so huge to provide an enabling environment, one that is not drowning in corruption or nepotism or ethnicity or marginalization of members of this country. This country can only survive if we do it together, with dignity, with respect for one another, exhibiting those timeless principles of integrity, of transparency, of accountability, of poverty. Ladies and gentlemen, if we are to leave Ghana better than we found it, we have a duty to stick to those principles. And a reset agenda means we must make sure that our moral compass is reset back to where it ought to be. The fact that the bar has been set so low does not mean we should start from ground zero. We can be better than that, and we know better than that. Let us raise the bar. Yes, it's true. Democracy has a tendency to open the door to monetization of everything. But we can be the gatekeepers as to whether that becomes the culture that drives us deeper into the abyss, or whether we will let certain values that cannot be bought be our guiding principles. So that no one, regardless of how much money they have, can derail the consolidation of the democracy of this country. The moment we start to give in is when we start to disintegrate, and it's when we start to destroy the foundation on which we have solidly been placed. There are times when I cannot believe that in my 47 years, I've actually seen this country better than it is. It means that we have to do better to ensure that no government can come in and destroy what has been built. We must be open to self-reflection and criticism so that we can correct what mistakes we're making before it's too late. There's a principle in aviation where you course correct as you're moving, because you cannot always determine the factors that will be facing you as you move forward. Our duty is to course correct. Don't wait till you get to your final destination before you realize that you are on the wrong side. The purpose of decentralization, we have our MMDCEs present here, is to make sure that the vision of the president is carried out down to the local level, to the unit committee level. And who are the members of our committees? Ghanaians of different religions, different ethnic groups, of different political leanings. Let us not be misled or tempted into dividing this country so badly on partisan lines that our progress is stunted. We do not have that luxury. We have to work together. And where wrong is wrong, let's point it out and let's do better. We mustn't wait till the next election before we start looking back to see whether the road is crooked or straight. As we move forward, let's keep checking. Let us not surround ourselves with people who will keep saying you are doing well. Let us have objective people around us who will speak the truth without fear, without favor. Comrades, whether appointed or elected, we all have a responsibility to do the right thing, to serve with integrity and humility, because your position, my position, anyone's position, whether elected or appointed, you are a custodian of the power of the people of Ghana. You are not there for yourself or for your immediate family. You are there to serve. So serve like you are serving God.
Repeat again, repeat.
I should repeat. Whether you are appointed or elected, you must serve with humility, you must serve with integrity, because you are a custodian of the power of the people of Ghana. Do not abuse your power. Do not become arrogant, and do not get confused by the fact that you are where you are today, because you do not know what tomorrow holds.
Has arrested a man captured in a viral video discharging a firearm at the Afro Future held at the LWAC Stadium in Accra. The arrest follows public outrage after footage of the incident circulated widely on social media following the incident on Sunday, December 28. The suspect, identified as Abubakar Sadiq, popularly known as Cyborg, was arrested a day later in Adenta in the Greater Accra region. In the statement, the police said the firearms used in the incident has been retrieved and secured as evidence. According to the police, the weapon is a Dera MK12 firearm with registration number 22GHA1162. The suspect is currently in custody, assisting with the investigations, and is expected to be arraigned before the court. The police further cautioned the public against misuse of firearms, stressing that lawful possession does not permit indiscriminate discharge.
In targeted operations against illegal mining, the National Anti-Illegal Mining Operations Secretariat conducted a series of raids on Monday, December 29th. The action, which began around 1:40 p.m., focused on illicit mining sites in the Achimoda area within the Birim Central Municipal. The operation resulted in the arrest of 5 Chinese nationals who were alleged engaged in unauthorized mining and washing activities directly into the Birim River. During the raids, the task force immobilized 2 excavators found operational on the site. Authorities also seized a Toyota Hilux pickup and a Toyota Highlander cruiser, believed to be used for the arrested individuals. To dismantle the illegal mining infrastructure, the team destroyed several makeshift structures erected along the riverbank. This demolition included water pump machines and other mining equipment found on site. This operation is part of the NIMO's ongoing festive season crackdown, which aims to protect Ghana's major water bodies from further pollution and environmental degrading caused by illegal mining activities.
A ministerial advisory board has been inaugurated in Accra to ensure good governance and smooth operation of the Ministry of Defense.
The ceremony was administered by the Acting Deputy Advocate General, Brigadier General Benjamin Amoabuachi, to take the oath of office, secrecy and allegiance in the presence of some defense staff. The Ministerial Advisory Board consists of the Minister for Finance, also acting as the Minister for Defense, Dr. Kesiel Atuforsen, as its chairperson, and Madam Monica Deborah Tando, a secretary to the board. Other members are Mr. Samuel Ukwijetu Ablakwa, Minister for Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration, Mr. Dominic Ayini, Minister for Justice and Attorney General, Deputy Minister for Defense, Mr. Enes Broja Jimfi, and Mr. E.A. Kati, Chief Director, Ministry of Defense. Also are Mr. Patrick Numo, Chief Director, Ministry of Finance, Mr. Robert Jan, Ghana Institute of Project Management Professional, Mr. Christian Bankas of the Defense Food Supplies Association, and Madame Beatrice Akpinikom, Ghana Institute of Surveyors. The Acting Minister for Defense and Chairperson of the board, Dr. Atuforsen, said their work will commence in few days.
We expect to have our first meeting second week in January. And at that point, we will take some considerable decisions relating to the Ministry of Defense and its operations. Congratulations. And on behalf of the Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Defense, we thank you very much for taking up these positions to advise the Minister responsible for Defense in the discharge of his official duties.
This year's Farmers' Day celebration was an unforgettable extravaganza. The award-winning farmers walked away with jaw-dropping array of prizes that would surely superchange their productivity. Tractors, minibuses, tricycles, and a lot of farm inputs and tools. The lucky recipients are now geared up to keep feeding the nation. Kudos also to all top-performing agricultural juniors and high senior school who emerged champions in their categories. Agricultural Minister Eric Opoku took the stage to give his heartfelt gratitude and encouragement to the farmers, urging them to keep pushing boundaries and inspiring others to strive for similar recognition.
first National Farmers' Day celebration introduced a refreshing dimension, honoring schools for their dedication to agriculture-driven education in Ghana. From north to south, teachers are increasingly inspiring students to embrace farming, integrating agriculture into daily learning and supplementing school feeding programs with farm produce. These initiatives, where effectively implemented, enhance student well-being, promote sustainable agriculture, and contribute to achieving sustainable development goals 2, achieving zero hunger, and 4, quality education. At the basic level, the Mafia Avakpadome DAKG Primary in the Volta region won the prestigious National Best Farmer School in Practical Agriculture. This milestone earned the Mafia Avakpadome DAKG Primary a fully furnished library block by Get Fund, mini tractor with implements from a Kumfi fruits and juices, MK22 diesel horsepower multifunction tricycle with a multifunctional thrasher, 2 jet motorized sprayers by Kebedu Agrochemicals, 5 pieces of cutlasses by Crocodile Machete Ghana, 5 pieces of ladder sprayer knapsack by WAF Agro Limited, 2 pairs of Wellington boots from Indede Ghana, and 10 boxes of assorted chemicals. The Northern College of Science and Technology in the Northern Region was named the National Best Junior High School. The school's agricultural pursuits encompass livestock production and crop farming. Their prizes include a 12-unit classroom block courtesy Get Fund, a minibus from Beft Agro, MK22 diesel horsepower multifunction tricycle with multifunctional thrasher, 2 jet motorized sprayers from Kebedu Agrochemicals, 5 cutlasses from Crocodile Machete Ghana, 5 16-kilometer knapsack sprayers from WYNCA Sunshine, 2 pairs of Wellington boots from Indede Ghana, and 10 boxes of assorted chemicals. Father Dogley Memorial Technical Institute in the Oti region was named the National Best Senior High School. The school's prizes included an 18-unit classroom block, courtesy Get Fund, a Toyota Coaster bus, a 50 CD cash prize from ADB, 5 cutlasses from Crocodile Machete Ghana, 5 30 kg bags of co-compost from JVL Fortifier Compost Plant, 5 16-liter knapsack sprayers from WYNCA Sunshine, 2 pairs of Wellington boots from Indede Ghana, and 10 boxes of assorted chemicals.
You are still watching the Breakfast News Live on GTV. The Ghana West Municipal Assembly has directed the immediate closure of the Amasaman China Mall over a structural and safety deficiencies effective Monday, December 29, 2025. The directive follows the collapse of a section of the first floor of the mall on Sunday, December 28, due to a
framework for the use, trading and provision of services related to virtual assets, including cryptocurrencies, effectively bringing activities in the digital asset space under regulatory oversight. The enactment aligns with Ghana's broader strategy to modernize its financial system, foster innovation, and provide a secure environment for both local and international digital finance participants. With the law now in force, the Securities and Exchange Commission and the Bank of Ghana are expected to play central roles in supervising and regulating virtual asset service providers, a move aimed at strengthening investor protection, market integrity, and financial stability. All persons and entities conducting virtual asset activities will need to be licensed or officially registered by the SEC or the Bank of Ghana based on the activity.
The Bank of Ghana has issued fresh guidelines clarifying the application of a letter of commitment for cross-border trade. The guidelines are exempting informal traders engaged in transactions with neighboring countries from the requirement.
The central bank, in a notice, has said the letters of commitment, LOC, which is an export document generated through the Integrated Customs Management System, ICUMS, is mandatory only for formal exporters who receive foreign exchange proceeds, are residents in Ghana, duly registered and licensed by relevant state agencies, and possesses a valid tax identification number 10. According to the BOG, traders involved in informal cross-border trade who are not registered on ICOMS and do not use formal invoicing are not required to generate a LOC. The central bank stressed that the LOC document should not be included as part of the required documents for informal cross-border trade transactions. The notice also cautioned freight forwarders against using their own tins to generate LOCs on behalf of traders who do not qualify, warning that LOC generation is strictly limited to exporters who meet the state criteria. Additionally, the BOG directed officers of the Customs Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority not to compel cross-border buyers from neighboring countries to produce LOC, noting that compliance checks should focus on formal exports while facilitating legitimate cross-border trade. The central bank further urged freight forwarders and customs agents to review their internal processes to ensure full compliance with the new regulations, adding that queries should be directed to the Customs Division of the GRA or the BOG through formal channels.
The Ministry of Energy and Green Transition has responded to the concerns raised by the Public Utilities Workers Union over the selection of transaction advisor for the private sector participation in the Electrical Company of Ghana. In this statement, the ministry clarified that Cabinet under the leadership of President Mahama approved the private sector participation in ECG in April 2025 as part of a border reform agenda aimed at improving billing and revenue collection, enhancing service delivery, and reducing aggregate technical and economical losses within the company. While acknowledging significant improvement in ECG's overall performance since January 2025, the ministry noted that critical operational and financial challenges persist. These challenges, it said, continue to threaten the company's financial stability and the stability of Ghana's power sector if not adequately addressed. The approved PSP framework, according to the ministry, is not divestiture. Instead, it involves the strategic deployment of private sector enterprise through multiple concession agreements to support and improve specific operational areas in the company. The statement further reaffirms the government's dedication to protecting workers' interests, strengthening ECG, and ensuring a reliable, efficient, and sustainable power sector for all Ghanaians.
The Ghana police have
we ain't Samahoro Timikoso channel so. Mamma so Jim or that's an esobariano, Eria Dumbi Edumania, Unia. Yabasamba room, na Yaksuma fashion for suppression as Wami said, aha, AGH politics of it.